I'm Rebecca and these are my reviews, and I have a foot massager. This is actually a foot and leg massager. You can even use it for your arms. This is from a company called Terelax. They sent this to me specifically for review, and I've had it for several weeks now, so I've been testing it out. Several members of my family have been testing it out. This specific unit is $159.99. They do have other massagers. They have several other foot massagers, neck massagers, back massagers, all sorts of different things. This is the only one from this brand that I have tried. It's pretty hefty. It's actually not too heavy, like I can easily lift it, but I think it's a little over 12 pounds. It has this handle on it, which, you know, makes it seem like a boombox, right? Like you're gonna travel with it, and you certainly could. But I think more than that, what it's really used for, and it only turns in one direction, is to change the angle of the actual massaging unit. So you put this on the floor or table if you're gonna do your arms, whatever, and then you can actually tilt it so that if you are going to be massaging your legs, you can, you know, set it upright, which I actually thought was a pretty interesting feature. I mean, it makes sense if you are going to be using it for different body parts. Now, the opening on this is 5 inches wide. So if you have particularly bulky calves or whatever, and also, you know, if you have wide feet, you might wanna measure them and be like, is the 5-inch thing gonna fit me? For me, it fits just fine. It fit my 6'4" dad, my husband, everybody, you know, seems to fit in this just fine. Even if I'm not going to be using it for my legs, I kind of like to have it on a little bit of a tilt, because as I'm sitting there, I would have to kind of like lean forward to put a little bit of pressure on it so that I could really get the massage on the bottom of my feet. But if I tilt it up, then I can kind of lean back and get, you know, that angle, which is really nice. Okay, so we have this thing that, again, only spins in one direction, so you do have to watch out for the cord. So I would say plug it in after you adjust your handle thing here. Now, the top of it has a couple different options for you. You have these buttons, and they do, you know, press in. They're not capacitive. So the top one is heating. It's just, you know, an on-off, and the heating does take a little while to warm up. That is intentional because it doesn't want to burn you, and it only gets to about, I think it's 108 degrees. It has 3 speeds. They're honestly not that much faster than one another. It does have a timer on it, which is nice. So you can set it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you know, something like that, which I think is important because I know I have a tendency to over massage, and then it just makes my muscles aggravated. So you do, even though it feels good at the time, take it easy, set the timer, and, you know, abide by it. And then it does have different modes. To tell you the truth, I cannot tell the difference between the modes. They say on their website that the modes are similar. They don't even really go into detail about what the modes are. It does reverse direction every couple of minutes or so, but you don't have to press the mode button to do that. Or maybe that is what the mode button, I don't really fully understand the mode button. There's not a lot of information on it, and as far as I can tell, it doesn't really do a whole lot. And then just the power button down here, which I can press with my toe. Okay, so the actual massager thing has a cloth cover on it, which does zipper off so that you can clean it, because let's face it, sometimes your feet are dirty and you want clean things. So I appreciate that aspect of it. So you can zipper it all the way off, and it still has a cloth thing underneath. If you feel in here, you can kind of feel the different massagey bits. On the side, you've got a pliable bar here that's a little bit smushy, and then you've got on the bottom, you have these like round nubbins, and it does compress your foot. But I've tried foot massagers that kind of like, it's almost like they blow up, like they put air into it, you know, and kind of pump it so that it's tight and squeezing your foot and then it releases. This isn't that at all. It doesn't compress your foot in that way, but it does, you know, kind of move back and forth like this, so it is compressing the side of your foot. So mostly the massage that you're getting is a bit of a compression, a bit of the shiatsu ball massagers that basically just rotate, and then on the bottom you have small balls that rotate, and they're supposed to like scrape, I guess. If you're not putting pressure on the bottom, to me, they just feel like they're tickling my foot. So I either have to lift my foot up so that I can't feel them at all, or press my foot into it. However, I find that sometimes if my foot isn't in the right position, it can actually be painful because, you know, you're getting that hard ball on a bony area, which is not all that great. One thing that my husband complained about was the edges. So you can see on the edges, it's got, you know, a plastic thing and it's not rounded here. It is actually kind of a sharp edge. I mean, you're not likely to cut yourself, but it is uncomfortable. And he said that he kept scraping his foot on that and was, you know, he did not like that. That was the major thing that he complained about. Also, the zipper is on the outside, so you do feel that little zipper thing. So for me, while I've been using it, I have not had any issues with that. However, my husband complained about that and said he hated it. So my husband is not a fan of this unit. He doesn't like the particular massage, and because of that sharp edge and the exposed zipper, he tends to hurt his feet on it. He just doesn't like it. He has another one that's just kind of a flat one with the balls that rotate, you know, and he seems to like that one. That one to me, I find almost irritating. It's just a matter of preference. You know, like I said, with the balls on the bottom of this one, I'm not that big a fan, but I really like the side compression and the side massage. And then sometimes, you know, a little bit of the bottom, like especially on my toes or the ball of my foot can sometimes feel good as long as I'm putting the right amount of pressure on it. My 9-year-old son uses this. I didn't realize it because it sits under my desk and he plays video games at my desk sometimes. And so I came in here and he was just sitting there getting a little foot massage and he loved it. I was like, oh, okay. I would have thought that his little feet would be, you know, maybe too little or sensitive or something, but he actually really likes it. I had my mom and my stepdad try it out and they both really liked it. It was hard to get my stepdad to get away from it. So it's one of those things that I do feel like it's personal preference. I think that it's fairly well made. Again, with the sharp edges, it didn't bother me, but that's something that my husband really noticed. I've never had any issues with the exposed zipper either. It's a fairly simple unit. There's not so many buttons. It doesn't have a remote with it, but I do like that it has this handle and you can change the angle of it. I like that it has the heating on it. I like that it has the timer. I like that I can press the button with my toe. And I personally enjoy the type of massage that I get from this. I had spent the whole day, I mean, we're talking 12 hours outside on my feet in crappy shoes, working, and I was just exhausted. My feet were achy, like all the way up my legs, just achy and sore. And I came in, sat down and massaged my feet for only 10 minutes. I still had time left on the timer, but I had to go make dinner. And just that 10 minutes revived my feet way more than I thought possible. I was like, wow, I can actually walk and I'm not in pain right now and I have to go stand and make dinner, right? So I was so thankful for it. It didn't last forever. My feet were tired again by the end of the night, but at least it revived them enough for me to make dinner. And then I can go back and use it again later and just get that little bit of loving on my feet that just makes them feel so much better. I am a huge fan of massage things. I have a nice shoulder one that I use all the time. And like I said, my husband has that flat one that I've just never been that big a fan of. And so this one is definitely one that I will use frequently because I like the type of squeezy side massage and I can kind of angle my feet, you know, and move them back and forth to get specific spots of my foot. So on my arms, I do feel like I need to kind of, you know, again, just find the right angle, the right area. But I guess I kind of have skinny forearms and I wish that it was like more pressure. You know what I mean? I mean, if I like really push it in there and stuff, it's not bad. And it does actually feel really nice. And it's more of just like a gentle kneading as opposed to like a deep tissue massage, where on my feet, I feel like I can definitely get more deep tissue. But I think again, that has to do with angle and pressure that I am supplying, not just the unit, because it's just a machine. You can hear it's not too loud. And even when it's on, I can just slide my foot in there. I kind of have to be careful and get it at the right spot, but it's not going to hurt my feet. And you can see the compression. Oh, it's changing direction. And I can change the angle of my foot. I can put my foot up higher or lower. I can really press into it. Or just kind of lift my feet up a little bit more, even kind of turn them in a little bit to get more like my arches. And here's the 3 speeds. So L1, L2, which is not much faster, honestly. And L3, which is a little bit faster. And the timer you can change. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's as high as it goes. They do have a guarantee so that if you are not happy, if you're one of those people who sticks your foot in there and you're like, nope, hate it, this is painful, you can send it back, no questions asked, which I greatly appreciate in all products. I think that everything should be free returns and easy returns, you know, because you're not always gonna love everything, especially the things that you buy online. The bottom of it has these pads, which are nice so they're not gonna destroy your floor. The cord on it is 5 feet long. All of the specs and everything you can find on their website. But overall, you know, I mean, so far I've been really happy with it. The plastic on the front, on the buttons there is starting to get a little worn, and you know, I don't know why. If that's from me doing it with my toes or just, you know, wear and tear of the machine as people constantly press that button. It almost feels like it has like a plastic layer on it that I'm supposed to peel off, but I don't think it does. So anyway, I think it's a great option as a foot massager. You might also want to just check out their website and see all of the different options they have. They have, you know, kind of more like the cubby hole that you stick your feet into, the more compressive style. You know, they have lots of different things. They have the ones that are like a sit-up one that specifically get your calves. So anyway, I would check them out. I'll leave all of the information in the description box for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!